Next on Worcester News tonight, it's the first day of March Madness, but the tournament hasn't taken place in Worcester in a while. Some would like to see a change. Plus, the city's gearing up for their annual St. Patrick's Parade after postponing it for only the second time in its history. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Thursday marks the first official day of March Madness. The college basketball tournament is among the most popular sporting events nationwide. The city of Worcester has hosted it before, but it's been more than a decade since they did. Some are hoping the city can change it in the near future. Our Cam Jandros live in downtown Worcester tonight with more. Cam?
Anna, you know that Christmas song, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year? Well, if you're a college basketball fan, that's the song you were singing when you woke up today. Now, here in Worcester, we've seen NCAA hockey in recent years, but it's been quite a while since basketball made its way to the city. But with recent developments and investment in the downtown area, the hope is that we catch the attention of the NCAA and they bring their tournament here to Worcester. It has been 15 years since Worcester hosted the NCAA men's basketball tournament. A lot has changed since then to make Worcester a prime location for March Madness.
A dramatic change in our downtown, significant growth in our hotel industry, and then the airports, the airlines that are flying in and out of Worcester Airport. So
Worcester has made multiple bids to bring the tournament back since its last visit in 2005, but all have been unsuccessful. The Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce believes the city could offer fans a top-tier experience.
Centrally located for New England and anyone really throughout the Northeast, and much more, I think, accessible and affordable in many ways than other communities.
This year, the NCAA is playing some first-round games in nearby Hartford, Connecticut. This week, the DCU Center announced they're looking to make $37 million in renovations to the building. General Manager Sandy Dunn says improvements like these help the building stay in the mix.
It's a very competitive market in New England, so we need to do these improvements to stay competitive in the same way you would continue to improve any piece of real estate you might have.
Sports fans getting ready to watch the tournament say they'd be in favor of having it in Worcester.
If it were to come into Worcester, it's a lot easier to get in and out of Worcester, and it'd probably be a fun time to watch a great team play and probably win a game.
I would love for it to come back to the city. I watch March Madness every year.
The DCU Center hosted 6 games over the course of the weekend in 2005. Fans and the Chamber are optimistic there will be more to come.
Be an interesting opportunity to see some college basketball.
We think it'll just a matter of time before we have them again.
Now, having a good venue is important, but Murray emphasized the city's growing hotel scene. Since 2005, there have been numerous hotels put up in the city of Worcester, some in recent years. That's important because that's places to stay not only for the fans that travel, but for the coaches as well as the players. Live in Worcester tonight, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Elder Services of Worcester area is holding its March for Meals, promoting the Meals on Wheels program, which helps seniors in the community. Starting next week, area elected officials will help deliver the meals to houses. The annual event commemorates when President Nixon signed into law a measure establishing a national nutrition program for seniors 60 or older. The goal of March for Meals is to raise awareness about elder nutrition programs they provide year-round.
It's a lifeline for them. So really, these are people who would have trouble preparing meals for themselves, and what they eat may not be nutritionally sound. According to our surveys, 40% don't see anyone else during the day. So they're actually having someone come to the home, deliver the meal, check on their wellness, report concerns back. So it's a meal, it's the visit, it's all pieces.
The program currently provides meals to more than 1,300 people in Worcester area daily. Thursday, 3 local heroes were honored for their service to the community. Dr. Keith Darrow and the Hearing and Brain Centers of New England held the award ceremony for former Mayor Jordan Levy, Sheriff Lou Evangelitis, and veteran Paul Snow Sr. The award signifies the hard work, dedication, and sacrifice each of these men show day in and day out. Lou Evangelitis says it's an honor to be put in the same breath with other recipients and says he could not have done it on his own.
So with a great veteran who served our community, and Jordan Levy, who's served our community in every way possible, and to be recognized in the same breath as those folks, I couldn't be prouder. But I really accept this award on behalf of the entire Sheriff's Department.
And it was a big day for 94-year-old Paul Snow. The World War II veteran was presented 8 military awards and also an important document he's been waiting for decades. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the details.
At 94 years old, Paul Snow finally receives his diploma from St. John's High School.
It was an accomplishment, I didn't think I ever was going to get it.
Snow enlisted in the military the day before his 18th birthday to serve in World War II. He never got the chance to get his diploma. Congressman Jim McGovern using the opportunity to present Snow with 8 military service awards.
I have a few before, like I say, but these additional ones are even more acceptable.
I never tire of saying thank you to veterans like Mr. Snow, who served our country with distinction, and put his life on the line so we could enjoy the freedoms.
Snow says he wanted to enlist because his dad did in World War I. He served in the Navy for 3 years.
It gives you a duty to do that. You can other things you can do later. You can catch up on them.
Snow's son, Randy, says he's proud of his dad and knows the diploma and medals are something he's always wanted.
His medals, even though they're important to him, nothing was more important to him than his diploma from St. John's.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Now to an update on a story we've been following. State Representative Jim O'Day has filed new legislation taking on Big Pharma. The Opioid Stewardship Bill will hold opioid manufacturers accountable for the devastating effects their marketing has had in Massachusetts. The legislation aims to pay for the costs of the opioid epidemic by enacting a drug stewardship assessment on opioid manufacturers doing business in the state. According to the bill, the funds collected through this will be deposited in the Substance Abuse Service Fund to be used for substance use prevention, intervention, recovery, and treatment strategies. Some Worcester School Committee members say the key to reducing the student achievement gap could be summer programs. Summer member John Manfredo says students lose 2 to 3 months of academic growth if they aren't engaged in summer learning. He says more Worcester Public School students need to be recruited to attend, and reading should be a bigger priority during the break. Manfredo says the district's budget is a concern. The school committee hopes they'll see an increase in funding before summertime. The Worcester Redevelopment Authority is recommending the city administration to add a restaurant and bar to Union Station. Assistant Chief Development Officer Peter Dunn says the city's been working to fill the vacant spaces at the transportation hub. The interested party is hoping to add a restaurant and country music dance club. Previously, the space was also a restaurant and club, but Dunn says the city's recent development will make this space a destination.
I think it definitely complements a lot of the growth that's been happening in downtown and the Canal District and Shrewsbury Street. So really Union Station is right in the center of those 3 districts. So drawing from the kind of activity that's happening there and the foot traffic and kind of the concentration of people that are coming to those districts every day. And then we have also seen there was some data that was released recently that the utilization of the commuter lines, Worcester's been the second highest kind of growth in utilization over the last 10 years. And so that's really helpful in terms of having more people coming into the station every day.
The lease terms are currently being discussed. Dunn says if all goes well, the owner is hoping to open the restaurant and club by the end of the year. The Worcester County St. Patrick's Parade is set for this Sunday. The event was postponed for only the 2nd time in its history. But now organizers and the Grand Marshal are full steam ahead for what's expected to be a big turnout. Our Chandler Walsh has the details.
I never expected this honor to be bestowed upon me.
Officer Sean Lovely says he's just a kid from Webster Square, who's now preparing to be the Grand Marshal for the 37th Worcester County St. Patrick's Parade. Days before the event, he's putting his float together, bringing his big ideas to life.
And we're going to have a rainbow coming off the roof going into the pot.
While Lovely waits to put up hundreds of balloons, he's hanging an 18-foot banner with Webster Square memories.
Out of every parade, I'm the 2nd person from Webster Square that was the Grand Marshal. So I have a lot of people, young and old, that want to take part. So it's not just me, it's a whole group effort, and I want them to experience it just as much as I have.
The parade committee says they chose the Army veteran and 24-year Worcester police officer for his extensive volunteer work in the community.
He just gives so much of his time. Plus, he's a bagpiper, so anytime we need a bagpiper for a funeral or
an adjournment, he'll be there.
The parade was originally scheduled for March 10th, but was postponed due to weather. The committee had extra work to do, making calls to all participants.
Believe it or not, only one group couldn't make it. All the bands could make it, all the other marching groups, color guards.
They're aiming for 150,000 attendees with better timing and weather. Officer Lovely says he can't wait.
Every year it gets better, more and more spectators, and this year we're hoping for the biggest one ever.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
May need some luck of the Irish on this one because lottery fever is growing. No one won last night's $550 million Powerball jackpot, so the prize grows once again. It's now at an estimated $625 million, with the next drawing on Saturday night. No one scored the jackpot since December.